Hey guys, this is Nick here with another Nick's Collectibles. You're looking at Street Fighter M.Bison by S.H.Figuarts, the Fighting Body series. This is the first one of these that I've actually done on the show so far. I have quite a few of them. I think they're actually a pretty great line. Generally, they're very high quality and they're really well made, and they can go in pretty much any pose that they put on the back of the box or that you would generally see in the actual video game. So if we go ahead and turn him around real quick, you can see that they've got him in a few of the fighting poses from the video game. They've got him in his standard kind of victory pose. They've got him with his just normal smirk. They've got him with his psycho energy in his hands. They've got him doing his slide, and they've got him doing a head stomp on Vega. I actually have Vega as well. I'm going to do him later. I thought I would do Bison because he's a little bit more current on the line. He came out a couple of months ago. I just was on the fence on whether or not I was going to buy him or not. I decided I kind of wanted to go ahead and get the whole line, so some of these I'm going to be doing retroactively, and I apologize for being late getting to all of them. But eventually I will try to get through almost all of them that I can get my hands on. I am still missing a few of them, however, and it's going to be a crapshoot if I can get my hands on them. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and unbox this guy. We're going to take a look at his accessories, we're going to get him posed a couple times, and we're just going to see how good of a figure he is overall. So guys, here's Bison directly out of the box. I've gone ahead and got him posed. One of the first things you'll notice is the panels on either side here, and those are basically to give him his Street Fighter fighting arena. That was used in Street Fighter 2, it's also used in Street Fighter 5. A couple other accessories that came with him is one, he has this face here, which is kind of like his more kind of angry face or his maniacal face. He has two hands, one of which is like right here. They fit right in where these are. These just pop out and those pop in, and those are so he can hold this, which is his psycho energy, as you can see here. Now he does come with one other set of accessories, and I found these a little strange at first, but it's kind of a clever gimmick on letting him get his cross-armed pose. You will see he has one arm here that looks pretty normal, but it's got an opening back here. Well, that is so you can put this one attached to the other shoulder, and then you can basically have him in his cross-armed pose. How that works is if we go ahead and move him forward just a little, you can see these lift up, and then you just pop these out, and that's how you attach them. You attach one to one, one to the other, and then you'll have him in his cross-armed pose. And I'll try to get some images of that or show you that here shortly. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is he's got pretty good detailing. Sorry for the wobble. He's got good detailing here. He's got good shadowing here. If you turn him a little bit, he's got good shadowing through here. And his hand will rotate all the way around, which is pretty cool. You'll notice he also does not have any bicep rotation, much like a lot of other figures have. I'm a little disappointed in that because even lower end figures will have that, and this one doesn't. It's a little bit of a bummer. But he does have good movement in the elbow, so that works pretty well. If we go ahead and move him around, you can see if I grab him here, he's got a bit of an ab crunch, so he's got good mobility there. If we move his arms up a little bit, you can see he's got good torso rotation back and forth, so that works out pretty well. Now I'm going to go ahead and move him back just a little bit more so you can kind of see his leg. You can see he's not going to have the best side mobility, and that's because of this. However, he can get his leg out to right about there from the way things work. So that's not too bad. Now, if we go ahead and rotate him around and bring this leg back down, you can see he can pretty much bring his leg back to about right there. And that's pretty good range of motion for a figure like this. Now, if we take this, you can see he's got some toe mobility there as well. He's got a little bit of range forward and back and forth. So that is also good. So he's got a pretty good range in which you could actually pose him if you so choose. So to get a better look at the entirety of the figure, we're going to go ahead and rotate him around just a little bit. So you can see how good the shadowing is along his back, right in here on the back where the tricep is. He's even got good shadowing down here and then right here along the legs. If I go ahead and lift him up a little bit, you can see where the notch is where the calf would go, and that's just to allow him to have the right level of mobility. That's not really a ding on the figure. That's pretty common in a lot of figures these days, just so they can give you the mobility and still have the rigidity that they're looking for out of the figure. So overall, if I go ahead and move him back out, I'd have to say that this is a pretty solid figure, and I like him quite a bit. I don't think he's my absolute favorite in the line. I think that's still pretty much reserved for Cammy. Her actual design and implementation, I think, is a little cleaner. However, he is going to have a good range of posability. Unfortunately, I will not be able to display him in any of his like Psycho Crusher or even his slide, because he won't have enough balance to do so without an external stand that they did not provide, which is one of my main negatives on this line of figures, is none of them seem to come with stands. And that seems to be an S.H.Figuarts thing in general. They don't seem to include stands in their figures, whereas Figma does. Which is why I tend to like Figma a little bit better overall, because it allows me to get more verticality and more dynamic action poses out of my figures. That said, this guy is still a very solid figure. I think he's still worth the money. I think he's going to look great next to the others, and if you're a fan of the line and you've got a couple others in it, I do recommend picking him up. I think you'll have a very good time with him. I think he'll look very good on the shelf posed with some of the others. Matter of fact, after I finish this up, I'm going to take a few shots with him posed with maybe one or two of the other figures, so you guys can kind of see how he looks in comparison shots and things like that. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you would, please like and subscribe to the channel and give me a like on the feed, because it actually helps promote the channel a little bit when you do a like. I show up a little bit more and it really helps me out. I'm trying to get this to be something I can do more and more regularly and bring you guys more and more content. And doing that kind of thing really helps me be able to feel like what I'm doing is impactful, and so I can get more of this stuff out to you guys. But until next time, I'm out.